I am here with Ken. Ken, how are you doing today?
Spectacular, but there's a reason why I'm spectacular right now.
Why are you spectacular?
Well, December 21st marks one of those 4 times in the year, the winter solstice, where now the days start getting longer.
Oh, okay. You like the long days because you're a hard worker. And
more sunshine. I want more sunshine. Less darkness, more sunshine.
Well, I am so glad that you are stoked to be here. I am so excited as well. I actually have another surprise for you. I've added to my song.
I'm ready.
I have to have notes because I don't want to mess it up. So we say, oh, there's no place like a happy, healthy home for the holidays. For wherever from room to room you roam. That's how far I am now.
You are awesome.
We've got 2 lines of our song now, so keep following us throughout the rest of the season. Before the new year, I promise you, Ken, I'm going to finish that verse, and I'm going to post it to TikTok. And as you can see, I'm going to use that hashtag countdown healthier home. So make sure you're following that hashtag on Instagram. You can look us up on TikTok under that hashtag as well. And we're going to have all kinds of tips and things to just kind of help make your new year start off right. So Ken, what are we talking to everybody about today?
Well, first of all, impressive. Your singing voice is stunningly beautiful.
Well, thank you so much.
I'm always in awe of people that can do that. And you're one of those people. You've got an amazing voice.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure. No problem. I like to share. It's one gift. I got to share it.
We all have gifts. You're right. So last week, we're talking about a house to be thankful for, but last week to kind of recap, we were answering that question that was brought up about can clutter or an untidy home, as it were, really have health consequences? And we started to walk through some of those things, what those really were with high cortisol levels and how it really affects one person more than the other in the relationship. And those health issues might be, related to that with high blood pressure, depression. But there's other things as well with dust and chemicals and bad sleep, bad breathing, stressing the immune system. All those things were answered as an affirmative that an untidy or / clutter in the home could really have an effect on your health. So not only mental, but physical. So the question was left off right at the doorstep. We talked through all that stuff, and then it was right at the doorstep. What can we do? Well, we had to kind of stop there because there's actually a lot that we can do to help that. That brings us to today of what we're going to talk about.
I love this. I got a sneak peek, everybody. I got a sneak peek at Ken's notes, and they are oh so helpful. He has broken it down in such a great way for us. So feel free as you're watching this video to pause if you need to write down a note. I'm serious. Pause us, get your pencil, and get ready because this is good stuff.
Okay. Well, last week, again, we showed a picture of a before and after of a home. And that after is really what everybody aspires to. But it's really difficult sometimes to make it all happen. And the question remains, okay, I like that after. It looks peaceful. It looks serene. How do I get there? And, the 2 things that get in the way of us getting there are clutter and cleaning. And clutter, the number one clutter item in a home, bar none, is paper.
And I was going to guess. Is it paper?
It's incredible. But I don't know how many people get newspapers anymore. It's still in a lot of the homes that I see, bills, junk mail, paper. It starts piling up. And if you don't do something about it, it will start to overwhelm you because there's these piles that build up everywhere. Everybody's got their little space where they put their stuff, but they could really take over a home if unchecked. So the number one hack when we're talking about getting rid of clutter, at least with paper, is make the decision at the door. Make it real quick. When you get that mail, and during the election cycle, obviously there was a whole bunch more mail than we really needed, but You'll get junk mail. If you don't want it and it's junk mail, don't bring it in. Put it in recycling, wherever your recycling bin is. If it's in the garage, if it's in the front door, wherever it is, make sure it gets there. Bills, get those cordoned off, get those either paid. Somebody gave me a real good hack, and I've been doing it ever since then. When a bill comes in, I just pay it. If it's one of those bills I pay by check, I write it out and I put the date when it's got to go in the mail, right where the stamp goes. Then all I got to do is put that stamp on at that date, and it just goes in the outbox of my house. And that's where my bills get processed right away. They don't sit and linger. They're ready to go. All I got to do is, you don't have to cash the check, but you could write the check. So get it out of the way.
What a great idea. That's great advice. Thank you.
And anything that's a must keep, if you've got some paper that you've got to hang on to, I encourage everybody, get one basket, just like they joke about basket weaving, just a basket, a plain old basket, and put it in one spot that's convenient for everything that you've got to hang on to, but that's the repository for the paper. That way, if you do that, the junk mail or the things that have to wind up in recycling are going to go there. Bills are going to get paid and not get lost. And then you've got a repository for everything. You should have no paper lingering around the home if you just take that one hack. That's it. That's all you got to do.
So great. I have a house full of artists, and so there are papers everywhere. My kids love to color, draw, paint. That would be so great if we just, at the end of the day, collect it all, put it in the same place.
And, I know you've got 3 kids, but you might have 3 folders in that basket for Roger or for Parker or Izzy, so you can kind of keep them separate, because sometimes there's school papers that have to be, hung on to, whether field trips or whatever. Field trips aren't happening now with COVID, but I mean, there used to be field trips.
I find that that's helpful with school papers too, to go through them at the door when they're cleaning out the backpacks. Go through them at the door. You don't have to keep every single piece. If it's a letter that says "I love my mom so much and she's amazing," I absolutely keep it.
That's what a refrigerator's for, with the magnets.
That's right.
Just a quick backstory on this. My son, when he was 8 years old, he gave me a lanyard. He built the lanyard in one of his summer classes. And it wasn't until recently, it's been over 15 years, it finally broke. But I hung on to it forever. It was a stupid little lanyard, but it was something that he did and he gave to me as a gift from his heart. You hang on to those things. So it's a goofy drawing, whatever.
We sure do.
Get rid of those. We'll make the exception for clutter with the loving notes.
That's right.
So I'm saying, if you do that, half your battle's won with clutter. We're going to get rid of that paper, take care of that. Now, cleaning is the elephant in the room. That's the real big thing, because cleaning's got to get done. You're a homeowner. Cleaning's got to get done. And the real question is, whose job is it? Well, it's not mom's job. It's not the parents' job. It's everyone's job.
It's the whole family. Yeah.
It's the whole family. You're absolutely correct. And you're building good responsibilities in your kids as you let that leash out a little bit more and have some expectations. So when we talk about cleaning, I like to break this down like process and projects. They're really two different things. But when you just look at this list, I've got a list that I'm going to go to in a minute, but it can look overwhelming. We're not quite there yet. But process cleaning is routine. Projects are less frequent and usually more intense. They might have, maybe a little more skill set or a little more safety involved. You don't want your kids cleaning a ceiling fan per se. But process cleaning, you go in the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you've got some toothpaste in the sink, clean that toothpaste. Make that part of the process. Don't leave that sink the way that is. So we'll kind of walk through these things a little bit as we go on there, because we've got a checklist that we built in for people.
I love that. Project versus process. This is great.
And we'll get to that. So these process things, the daily ones in particular, we can see, I put this out here. I put kids, teens, adults who can do these things.
Okay.
These daily tasks, really anybody can do it. I'm putting kids, but kids are capable to make their own bed. Kids are capable to wipe down counters after getting washed in the morning. They're capable of putting dishes in the dishwasher. I almost said clothes in the dishwasher. They can take out the trash. They can do a nighttime sweep, putting toys and loose objects away. They can wipe down counters, tables, and sinks. And I realize sometimes there's variances. Some kids are more adept at things than others. But here we've got a little kid. This is actually Aaron's beautiful daughter, Bailey. And she has her do this. She has her wipe down the table after dinner. Now, does she do the perfect job every time? Maybe, maybe not. But you're instilling a skill set into somebody. And when I talk about cleaning and kids cleaning, we talk about all purpose, because if you're going to put a cleaning product in front of your child or in front of your pets or anything, make sure it's safe. Well, our all-purpose cleaner is 5 times safer than baby shampoo. It's good for any washable surface. And if it's safe enough for 5 times safer than baby shampoo, at least your kid can use a cleaner around the house and not have to worry about that. So that's a very
Yeah,
safe
that is
thing.
like such a huge sigh of relief that whenever we ask the kids to clean anything up, we know that they're going to be just fine.
Absolutely. So, those things you can see as you go down this list, and this is a pretty good list that I've thrown together here because these are things that have to happen usually daily, weekly, and so on and so forth. So as we move down the list, we see some things that might take a higher skill set, maybe a little more age is required. And I put the teens, the T for teens in there on the, who can do this. Whether it's scrubbing a toilet, whether it's cleaning a shower, whether it's changing laundry sheets and towels. Teens can do this. You just have to put it in front of them and show them how to do it. Usually there's some training and there's some repeat and there's maybe some browbeating and maybe some cajoling, but you can get your teen to do these tasks. They're not incapable. They can do these things. And just like we're showing on here, here's a kid, a young teenager who's cleaning the bathroom. And, I'm no different as a parent. I had all the cleaning stuff for my son in his bathroom. And bathrooms, this is just a quick thing. We'll get into this more in depth at a later show. But bathrooms, there's typically two soils that you're cleaning: hard water stains and mold and mildew. The most common thing we're talking about is hard water stains. We actually have a lot of hard water by us.
Yeah, same.
So that usually requires a lower pH product. We use a plant-based lactic acid in our Bathroom Magic product. So it helps break down those hard water stains, calcium, soap scum, all of those things. And we actually do something very cool, Jen. We gel it. Why do we gel it? Because we want the product to go right to the surface, not get airborne.
Yes. Well,
So-
and it does work like magic. It's amazing.
So you've got, kids that can do these next steps. We'll move on down as we're going through here. And the netted step on here, I didn't include there. I don't know if we can get that picture. That product has a very unique polymer that's added to it. It helps sheet water. So it keeps surfaces cleaner longer. When you clean a surface and rinse it, the water wants to rinse down. So it keeps the soils, whatever it is, hard water stains, from building up. So you're going to have to clean less often when you use that product.
Oh, we
kinda
love
cool.
that. Say that again. We have to clean less often?
Got to clean less often. Well,
Ugh,
that's what we're about. Faster, easier, safer is kind of what we do.
love it.
So again, moving down this list, you can see, this list keeps going as we go. We've got what the kids did, what the teens do, and then we see project cleaning as we move closer. These are things that are usually more than monthly, but they do, have to get done. Whether it's dusting molding, whether it's hand washing curtains, vacuuming your mattress, all of these things you probably, don't want your kids to do, maybe just because care has to be involved with some of these things.
You
But
just said something I've never in my life done. Did you just say vacuuming your mattress?
Absolutely. There's no question about that. Again, that'll be a subject we're going to get to at some
We
point.
could do a
but
whole episode on this.
Vacuuming, every time I do this, you can do it longer, but the real wake up call, again, I got a jolt when somebody showed me this. Every time I wash my sheets, I vacuum the mattress. It only takes a couple minutes, but your body constantly sheds off skin cells, and that's what dust mites feed on. So if you vacuum, you'll be shocked. If you haven't vacuumed, I'm giving you a little warning here. If you haven't vacuumed your bed or your
I'm
mattress,
sick thinking about it.
you'll be surprised how much dust comes off that mattress.
Oh,
It will probably shock you. And just remember that those are the things that dust mites feed on. So yeah, we'll get to that at some
get
point.
those out of there. Okay.
So again, we're not going to belabor this point here, but you can go down this list and see as the project tasks get a little longer, whether it's cleaning out the oven, whether it's cleaning comforters, whether it's taking care of a refrigerator, even things outside, cleaning out the gutters. These tend to be things longer. They're not something that you're going to do daily, but you're going to have more infrequent cleaning spells when you've got project cleaning tasks. And these are going to be things that are going to be typically adult driven. So the beauty of this list is it's really all encapsulating. It's a great thing to print off. We've got a downloadable version, I believe, that we're going to put in a blog.
Oh, that's great news.
These are things that is just going to keep your house looking like that after picture we saw in that beginning of the show. If you knock off these items, your house is going to look more like that, and it's going to be a more peaceful, more serene, more comforting home, more welcoming for other people. And these are the tasks it takes. Now, it's very unfair. You can see it's as you scroll through this list, it'll be very unfair for one person to have to do all this. The fact is, everybody lives in the house, everybody can do something, and everybody can contribute significantly, the kids, the teens, and the adults, if we break it out equitably. So that's my how to have a house to be thankful for, is take a look at that list, get rid of the clutter with the paper, and divide and conquer with those cleaning tasks,
Yes.
and use products that help the process.
Yes, look at this. And then do you keep something like this, like a version of this on your refrigerator or something with dates, or how do you make sure that you do it in the time frame that you've kind of set out to do it in?
For years, I had one on my refrigerator because it's a calling card too. It's not just a reminder for me. I knew what had to be done, I guess, but you can always point your finger at something for your child and say, "Here's a couple of things we missed today." I'm going to challenge you to do a better job tomorrow. We missed them today, but we're going to do a better job tomorrow.
Yes.
And so it's not necessarily browbeating as it is, but it's a reminder. It's a gentle reminder that we're all in this together.
Yeah. And frankly, it's teaching a life skill. Sometimes it's easier as an adult to do it yourself, but it's harder to teach someone else to do it and to watch them kind of not do it as well as you might do it. But it
That
really is
is a
teaching them
great
something.
point. That is a great point. And don't be brutal with your criticism of the job being done, because a child can push around a vacuum. He's probably not going to do as good a job as an adult would, but the fact that he's doing it and getting better at it, you're give him praise for what they're doing, because that does help in the end.
I love it. Ken, these were awesome tips. And that's so great to know that we can find that on the website. And we're also going to add that to a blog post, as you heard. Again, if you want to see any of the tips that we have for you guys this holiday season, check out that hashtag. It's hashtag countdown healthier home. And as always, we go to the website. If we need to get our new cleaners in and all the things that Ken talks about, you can find those at Healthier Home. And thank you, Ken. I just appreciate our talk so much.
It is awesome. Now, don't forget, next week, we're going to talk about how to set your home up right for the new year. We got a brilliant little show next week.
I'm so ready, because this next year has to be better.
Oh, amen. You said a mouthful there.
Yes. And don't worry, I'm going to add to my song. There will be no more. Next week, I'm going to complete the refrain by the end of the year.
Love it.
Thanks, Ken. Bye, everybody.